Welcome back to Safa's Unscripted, episode 66, boys. We are up and running, absolutely beautiful. The growth has been insane. Thank you to each and every one of the community that have really engaged with us. We would like to ask you, can you please like and subscribe to the channel? If you hate us, if you love us, we love the banter in the comment section. We actually like it if you banter us more than give us compliments. Okay, so stay tuned. We're always going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Brett Burns, Priya Van Aert, both of them deciding to take time out of their day since they're starting on the bench this weekend for their team because they are shit. What are we saying, people? URC round 14. Brett, take us away.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on the bench part, but, piss off. I'm very excited to see the URC back in action. It's going to be a cracking weekend. I'm very excited. I get to watch my team play because they are playing the later fixture, so I can watch my team play, so I'm happy after my game that I'm playing. So, yes, I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I'm playing Friday night, so that's also a bonus. I get to watch a bit of rugby on the Saturday. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to this weekend. Obviously now the URC is going to really get a lot more heated. As we all know, Leinster might even we'll get more in depth with this later, but there could be upset victories somewhere somehow. Obviously this is the business end of the URC. So it's going to be good to see. But before we get into it, me and Casual were just chatting while we were waiting for Brett to get home to obviously start forming the pod, and this is how we committed to this pod. But we just wanted to say, guys, like you said, whether you like us, hate us, let's make a goal. Let's try and pick up 40 to 50 subscribers just on this video alone. Let's make it a challenge. And like you said, you can love us, hate us, but you don't have to agree with what we're saying. We're not here for your compliments. We're not here for you guys to tell us, we are the greatest thing since sliced bread. We want you guys to tell us, listen, you guys don't know what you're talking about.
We are the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's just how bread works.
Yeah, but I think, guys, just thanks for the support is all we want to say, and let's keep growing this channel, and we will continue to try our best to give you the best possible content we can. But yeah, that's me saying what I need to say.
I just want to add something there, that seeing that I think we need more local club rugby guys in South Africa to join the podcast, because if you play for Pirates, you clearly know who I am, because my picture is roaming around the Pirates WhatsApp groups. People are talking about me, so people must know. And if anybody thinks it's not Brevan that told me, I told him that I saw it, and I'm pissed off that he didn't tell me. So yeah, I'm roaming the groups of Joburg there. So now you have to
Brett is a famous guy. Okay. Now anyway, let's get down to business. And
let's go.
I'm not going to go in order, okay? Because we are Safa's Unscripted. We are focusing on our teams first, and who better to start off with than probably the most exciting game this weekend. Brevan, we've got your team. We've got Jakey Bulls versus Munster, the defending champions. And I don't want to hear any excuses, because he has literally set it out. This is the more important tournament. He literally threw away the Champions Cup to focus on the URC. This has all of a sudden become a must-win game. Because if the Bulls also win, because me and Brett will be supporting the Bulls in this game, because if the Bulls take points from Munster, that is almost an 8-point game, because they go 4 points further, the Bulls. Munster stays still, and if the Stormers win, we are equal with Munster, and we are all of a sudden in a home playoff situation. Mm-hmm. So, Brevan, must-win game. Your initial thoughts? Obviously, I haven't seen any of the squads, okay, but I'm predicting we'll see Billy, Kirtley, and Kanan.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that's exactly what Jake's plan was. I mean, he left majority of his main guys here in South Africa, instead of playing them in the Champions Cup. And like you said, it is a must-win, no excuse game. There is nothing he can say that if we lose this game that he can use to defend anything, because this is a must-win game. And I think we will take the win. I think the writing's on the wall here. It's at Loftus. It will still be a very, like you say, Loftus is a fortress at the moment, and people are finding it difficult to win at Loftus. So I think we will get the job done. And I just don't think Munster have been the same team as what they were last year. We keep saying this, but I fully back the boys to get the win here. Bold, but I also think it could be a bonus point win, just purely because of how
Me
much
too.
the writing's on the wall. And I think we can't afford
Quickly,
to slip
sorry
up
to
either.
interrupt. Do you think Munster sends their strongest team as well?
Absolutely. They will. They have to, because they know that they are in a position where they can lose either a playoff position or a home playoff position. So they will have to send their best squad. But like I said, I think we will get the job done. And I think I would even love you guys to get that home playoff position, because we love having the rugby here in South Africa. So yeah, I'm backing the Bulls here.
If I can just add to that, I do think that the Bulls will win, but reason why I'm not saying it's going to be a bonus point win is because for some reason Munster travels well to South Africa. Like, they can go literally a 3-hour flight to Italy and they can flop, but when they come to South Africa, for some reason they play well. It blows my mind. So that's the only thing that's in my favor for Munster. Not saying they're going to win, because I'm backing the Bulls to win. But however, no RG Snyman for Munster, but also no Marco van Staden for the Bulls. Who else? I think I saw 3 major injuries on your list. I know Marco van Staden was one of them.
I think Marcel Coetzee is also out as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and Marcel Coetzee. So not what the Bulls wanted, but I do think that the Bulls will win, but I'm saying by about 9 points.
I'm going for a pretty comfortable victory for the Bulls. I think they are so mentally ready for this game, because they know the kind of, I would say, pressure that Jake put on them. But I think it's kind of like they'll rather take it as responsibility. This is our responsibility to go out and really prove what our coach said. And really make him proud, make our boys proud of us, to say, listen, okay, we threw away the Champions Cup, but to focus on this and put out a statement performance. So I'm going with the Bulls to get a bonus point victory, but by, let's say, 10 to 12 points. Like, I think Munster still scores a couple of points. But also, as we just mentioned, this is a must-win game. You know why? Because they will go, and this is my prediction already for the next game, into second position then. Because we got the Hollywood Bet Sharks to take on Glasgow, and I'm calling the upset victory. The Sharks are steaming at the moment. The bookies are doing a massive injustice here at the moment. If you were to bet on the Sharks, you get 12 times your money back. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is like saying the Stormers play against Zebra. It is not like that at all. Okay, I'm going with the Sharks to get a victory over Glasgow in Glasgow. They've been absolutely scintillating at the moment. We spoke about it a little while ago, saying they got the performances but not the results, and then the performances dipped again. But now a couple of times they've scraped over the line. The performances have picked up again, but they've got the result again, or they've started getting the result as well. Brett, let's start with you. You see a chance for the Sharks to cause the upset over Glasgow?
I completely agree with you there. I'm also saying Sharks for the victory. However, I'm a bit of an undercover Glasgow fan, for obvious reasons.
We love Glasgow.
Yeah. But also, I'm concerned with Sia Masuku kicking in front of the poles. He obviously got his kicking from the Khafi de Toy school of kicking that he misses right in front of the poles. If he's going to have any more of that, it's going to be a problem. But yes, I'm back.
We keep the others, to be fair.
Yeah, who cares? They don't remember you for the good kicks you made. They remember you for the blunders you made.
That was a horrible one.
Yes, that was terrible. I even recorded it and sent it on the group. But yes, I'm saying Sharks by 2.
Yeah,
scraping by.
I don't know. I think the Sharks might fall short on this one. Purely because, I genuinely think they will fall short on this one, purely because you say it's away, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, but remember, they've been for the Challenge Cup, they've been on the road, haven't they? Yeah, so their full strength team is up north.
Who, Glasgow or the Sharks? Well, obviously, I understand full strength, I get it. But it's just, I don't know. I think Glasgow are a good side this season, and at home they probably are a very, very, very good side as well. So I don't know if the Sharks will get over the line, and it's got nothing to do with the players that are at hand here. I just think it's just something with South African teams that we just don't travel well. We don't. And I don't know if the Sharks will get this one done. I'm not saying it's a definite, Sharks will definitely lose. I just have a feeling Glasgow, there's more at stake for them. And I think that they will really, really want to secure a top two finish, top three finish. So I think that's what will drive Glasgow a bit more than the Sharks. Sharks are playing for pride. And we all know that the only way to really get into the Champions Cup is by winning the Challenge Cup. And I'm sure that is really where their focus is.
Good point.
So I could be wrong. We could see the Sharks come there and prepare for the Challenge Cup. Use these games as practice for or practicing what they want to get involved in their game plan. But yeah, I just think in this specific competition, Glasgow, it just means a tiny bit more at the moment. So, but here's to hoping the Sharks do win. It would be great.
Yeah, so my prediction is fully based off Sharks playing full strength. If they play rotated and stuff, you can forget about it. Okay, Glasgow's taking it easily. Then I've got this game going one of the two ways: comfortable Glasgow victory or scrapey Sharks victory. But the thing is, like, even though you mentioned they'll focus on the Challenge Cup, I think they've only played 2 weekends for the Challenge Cup now. I think they've got one more game at least in them before when they have to travel back to South Africa. Then they can rotate again because there's quite a big gap between the Challenge Cup now and I think it's about a month gap. So they have got a couple of URC games. Play a full strength team, get some points. Play for some pride. Obviously, you don't want to send your guys cold into the Challenge Cup. Like, play your full strength team now, maybe 1 or 2 weekends off, and then you play your full strength team again. That is personally how I would go for it. But I agree with Brett. I'm going with the Sharks with a 1-point victory if they play their full strength team. Brevan, you can take us away. This is an exciting game. This was last season very exciting as well at Ellis Park. We've got the Emirates Lions versus Leinster. You seeing an upset victory?
Yeah, this is where I start to see the upset victory purely on the fact that Leinster have had a couple of Champions Cup weekends where they've had to play, obviously, their full strength, done fantastically well. Leinster are pretty comfortable at the top of the table. I know they will, the back-to-back, they play Lions and then Stormers next week. That's a massive task as well. But I just think if a weakened side, obviously last season, the weakened side of Leinster did beat the Lions right at the end. I was actually at that game. But I think this season the Lions are a different side, much more like just a lot more experienced, a lot more composed. And I think if Leinster play a weakened side, which I believe they are going to, I think the Lions will take this one. And like I said, that will benefit the Lions massively because they are also vying for a playoff position as well. So I do believe the Lions will take this one on the basis that Leinster travel with a weakened side, which I believe they have done. So yeah, I'm going to go Lions to take this one by about 12 to 15 points.
Brett,
No,
just because
it's a weakened side.
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah. So the only thing that I'm thinking, Brevin, obviously we haven't seen the teams yet, right? And they're not going to go full strength at all, okay? But I think they played so many guys in this Champions Cup that hasn't really played for them. So they'll still have the team that kind of got them a lot of the points in the URC available, right? Because a bunch of the Irish guys have only played about 5 games, or you've only seen them play about 5 games. So I still think a lot of the strong boys are going, and even the second string team will have gotten so much confidence from the Leinster group of that massive victories that they've got the past while that I still think they can get the job done. I'm going with the Leinster victory. Obviously, I would love for the Lions to do it. We all love and appreciate our Lions. But the Lions haven't been on the best of form lately. They got smashed by Benetton in the Challenge Cup. Full strength team as well. I just think Leinster take that momentum forward, and because they're not going to come down here and think, okay, we're just going to play a weakened side and we're fine to lose this game. They're still going to play to win the game, even though it is a weakened side, but they still have a lot to play for, those boys. because the Champions Cup doesn't end. They want to play for that spot that keeps on playing in the URC. So I've got Leinster to scrape by about 6 points.
Yeah, Jock Nienaber doesn't plan on losing games. He's obviously he's the type of coach that he wants to prove to the world that he is worthy without Rassie. So it's gonna be for me. I can't see a Lions victory here, even if it's at altitude, even if it's a weekend Leinster side. It's still a very well structured system side against a team that is very hot and cold. Since that's their history. The Lions are always hot and cold. So depends on what Lions team pitches up. I don't think anything's going to influence it. And I'm going Leinster by 15.
Yeah, and to be fair, right, because they've got such a big squad depth, right? These guys that are playing against the Lions, they've probably been preparing for this Lions game for a while as well. It's not like it's all of a sudden thrown on them. They're going to have to travel and play against the Lions. I'm pretty sure they've been mentally prepared and been training and stuff for this Lions game for a while. Now moving on to our boys, Brett. The Stormers taking on the Ospreys. Take us away. What is your thoughts? Are you scared with those 5 injuries? Obviously, some of them were just concussions, so they are back. We maybe not seeing John 3 again.
I'm not scared of the injuries at all. I think that Stormers they're on the Leinster path with building depth. And I think that coming to Cape Town is going to be a very daunting task for Ospreys. And I think they're going to crawl back home with their legs their tails between their legs. And I think this is going to be a Stormers masterclass. And yes, I'm a Stormers fan, and people are going to say, "Oh, it's because he's a Stormers fan, he's biased." And if I get this completely wrong, they're going to say, "Yeah, well, that aged well." That's like the go-to thing people say in comment sections all over the world. But I don't care. I'm going for a Stormers by 20.
Yep.
Yeah, look, I don't think that is unrealistic because, let's be honest, guys, Ospreys aren't the most fantastic team out there. And obviously traveling to Cape Town isn't easy. You can ask anyone. You're never going to go there and dominate the Stormers away. And that's something that I don't even think the Ospreys would have enough to do at home to dominate the Stormers. I think in Wales it would be a close game where they would have to fight really hard to even try and win the game. But I think in Cape Town, it's just a different story. Stormers have a lot to play for as well. They know that they are right up there for a home playoff. So that yet again, they are going to want to put on a performance, like Brett says, build depth. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. And they will go and win this one comfortably as well. So I'm also going to agree. It will be somewhere in that region. I think 20 points isn't unrealistic. Possibly a bit less, even possibly a bit more. But I think it will be very, very comfortable purely because this does mean something to the Stormers and they have a lot to play for.
Yeah, obviously this game means a lot to Ospreys as well because I'm looking at the log. The Stormers are on 39 points in 5th position, but the Ospreys, they are on 35 points in 7th, right? So they are still playing for that playoff games. Obviously, just above them, Benetton on 37, Ospreys 35, Ulster 35, Edinburgh 34. There's 3 teams on 34. So all the way down till 11th, till 7th are with a 1 point difference. That is ridiculous. So it's still everything to play for Ospreys. But I agree with Brett. I think they are getting absolutely bummed this game. The Stormers know, and they can still take a lot of confidence from that game that we played against La Rochelle. The defending champions, we took them to the cleaners, and I'll stay with this for the first 50 minutes of that game before injuries really affected us. I mean, had to play guys for 80 minutes straight. It was ridiculous. You can't play a game of rugby like that. And let's not act like the Ospreys are these world beaters. Okay, they should have lost against the Lions at their own field. So they are getting smashed by the Stormers. This is not a biased take. Okay, facts don't care about your feelings. They are going to be sent home packing. They're going to get sent back home. Okay, and they'll be ashamed of their performance. We will absolutely smash them. Just quickly, Brett, do you know when Sasha is back? Can we expect him back?
Yeah, so I heard that it was supposed to be this week, but I also haven't seen anything. Like I heard that it was supposed to be the week of Ospreys, but now I can't see anything. There's no articles that saying he's back, but I'm hoping he is back now.
Yeah. Let's hope so, because I mean, we talk about the one of the best prospects in the country, but the guy hardly plays at the moment. We know how good he is, but it's like we don't like injury-prone prospects. Like if you're injured that early in your career, it is literally ridiculous. Now, okay, that is all the South African games. Now we'll just fly through the rest of it. To start off the weekend, we've got an absolute dull fest. We've got Ulster to take on Cardiff. I'm going with Ulster to get the victory, but just scrape by because Cardiff don't lose by much. I wouldn't be surprised if Cardiff gets the victory. Brevan, do you
Sorry,
agree?
I have cramp, guys. Sorry. My bad. No, my cramp in my calf is killing me right now. Sorry.
Pregnancy cramps.
Go, Brett. Please start. I need to compose myself here, please.
Okay, so I like I like Cardiff, but I'm going for a proper Brett special. I'm going for a draw. I wanted to say this
Oh,
from the
word.
beginning of the podcast. I want this to. I'm going for a draw in this game.
Brevan's breathing is crazy at the moment. He's like I had to mute him. I was like, that's like when you're about to give birth and the doctor's just like breathe, and he's like in the mic. It's absolutely ridiculous. But Brett, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a draw just because Cardiff somehow always pulls a game close. Like
Yes.
it's never too far away to call the draw. Brevan, I'll unmute you again. Hopefully your breathing
Thank
is
you. No, it's
more
better now.
balanced at the moment. So what are you thinking about that game? You got Ulster or Cardiff?
I think Cardiff being at home or Ulster.
Ulster.
I think okay. I'm gonna be realistic here. I'm gonna put a realistic hat on. As much as Ulster haven't been, the side we know they can be. I still think they'll get the job done here. I think they still have a lot to play for as well. And yeah, I think it's important for Ulster to get the win here. And I think that they have a lot to prove, obviously coming to Cape Town. I think that was their last URC game, if I am correct. And yeah, I think they put up a decent showing against you guys. As much as you guys were terrible, I think that they were also up for it. So, and that's should be a compliment. You guys still got the job done, as much as it wasn't a great performance. But I think here, like Ulster have what it takes. They have the experience to get the job done, and I think that they will. So
I mean,
I'm
it's
going to
almost
go Ulster.
blasphemous to say a team has what it takes to beat Cardiff, Brevan. I mean, that's a slap in the face.
I mean, but like I'm not. I just think Ulster have too much for Cardiff. I don't see Cardiff. I mean, it might be close for the first half, but I can just see Ulster pulling away and winning this one by about 8 to 10 points, just from my perspective.
Fair enough. Are we all in agreement that Benetton absolutely thrashes Dragons?
Yes, and 5% battery, so we must talk.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we're just gonna skip along with the next three and then just end the podcast because Connacht is definitely beating Zebra. I mean, you guys, we spoke about Zebra being one of the most exciting teams at the start of the season. Do you remember we said this is a rejuvenated Zebra team? They beat the Sharks. It's looking good. It's looking up. Wow, have they shoved the finger up their own asshole with that one? Hey, how can you get all those? Hey?
Zebra
No, Zebra is getting smashed. Okay, Zebra to lose. Connacht to win by 14 points. I've got a 14-point victory.
Yeah,
All in
I
agreement,
think
right?
I am in agreement. Is Bundy Aki obviously back for?
Yeah,
Connacht
he played his
now?
first game, if I'm not mistaken, over the weekend.
Yeah,
Again.
look, I think Bundy to score a hat trick. Let's go.
And then finally, an absolute dull fest to end the weekend off. We had a dull fest to start it off with Ulster and Cardiff, and we've got a duller one at the end. We've got Edinburgh versus Scarlets. Edinburgh, once again, they still got a lot to play for. I'm just going Edinburgh by 19 points.
Agreed. I was thinking 19 as well.
Yeah, I think Edinburgh genuinely, I don't know how they could lose this game. I think Edinburgh needs to win this game, obviously. And I think after their performance against the Sharks in the Challenge Cup, they will have a lot of things to fix because, I wasn't too happy with that Edinburgh performance. I think obviously they
With the big
expected.
names back, especially.
I mean, Duan van der Merwe, I'm sure a lot of people expected more from him against the Sharks. Didn't really happen. So, yeah. But look, I think Edinburgh will fix it, and this is where they win this one comfortably as well. I agree.
So you guys could obviously, and I'm talking to the audience now, hear how the mood dropped as soon as we didn't speak about the South Africans, because then you just heard how dull the rest of the games are. Please remember to like and subscribe. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for always joining us. Remember to banter us. We appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Yep.